Sports Nation. Pilar Perez again with your Tomala of the Week. Chivas against Morelia in the Mexican Cup. Jose Juan Macías shoots and scores the golazo. Tómala, Morelia. Thank you, guys. See you next time.
Okay, so welcome back to Sports Nation. Carrie Champion here. Our set is full. We have our NBA insider, Amin El-Hassan. We have a retired NBA vet, our guy Matt Barnes, who I appreciate for being on the show. And last but not least, Paul Feinbaum. He's still hanging out. He wants to talk more than college football. Matt, let's start with you first, though. It's a big weekend coming up for you. You have some charity events, Athletes versus Cancer, next week, including the annual charity football game with Snoop on the 12th. Tell me about it.
It's the 5th annual for my cancer foundation. And we stepped our level up this year, so all proceeds are going to scholarship program that I've created for kids who've beat cancer and want to move on to college.
Okay.
So it's good. Like I said, Snoop and I teamed up about 5 years ago, and it really had everybody out there from Chris Brown to KD to Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre, Draymond, you name it, they've been there. So, you know, we got another star-studded roster. These things are crazy, though, because everyone, who's playing? And when you're dealing with these type of, you know, your friends and these other celebrities, they tell you one thing, and you just kind of have to hold your breath and hope.
What do you mean you have to hold your breath and hope?
Well, I mean, you committed, so all we need to know is that Carrie is playing, that Carrie is in the game.
I did.
She's good.
You take her word for it.
Yeah.
I know she'll at least show up.
Well, then I did say to him, I play flag football, what do you mean? So I'm in.
She'll be out there, but you know, Nate Robinson, Mike Vick, Ocho Cinco said he's in, Nelly, T.O.
I love it. I love it.
Trey Songz, DeAndre, I think KD's going to be in town.
So like everybody can go to, you have a website?
AthletesVersusCancer.com to purchase tickets. It's a whole 4-day weekend that we have going on, so it starts next Thursday to Sunday, and like I said, proceeds are to the scholarship program, and then also any other cancer costs. So I pay for hospice, funerals, medication, surgeries, all kinds of different things. So I've always been doing it. I just never got a chance to talk about it in the NBA because I was the bad guy. So now that I'm just a regular person, right? Now that I'm a regular person.
Funny. So the bad guy's a nice guy. You know what? That leads me to my next topic. It's perfect. Let's talk about this guy. Former teammate of Matt's, Kevin Durant, revealed to Chris Broussard essentially that he's just tired of people giving him a hard time. He says the guy that you see now is the real guy. The guy in Oklahoma City, he was the phony. I don't know about that. Oh, here we go. I was just trying to please everybody and do what I thought everybody wanted me to do. So, Matt, you played with this guy. We hear Amin groan and moan, but before we get to him, is this true? The guy you played with Golden State, this is who he is? The guy in Oklahoma City was a phony?
I think, I wouldn't call it phony. I just think he's more out of his shell now. I think he's had to understand that, you know, being the villain sucks sometimes. And I think he's always been praised along his whole career. So to go to Golden State and become the villain, you know, you have to toughen your skin up, and it's a learning curve and an experience. But I think, you know, for the most part, he's handling it well. It's hard for me to have people say, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You don't know what you would do until you're in his situation. You know, he's arguably one of the best 2 or 3 players in the world, and he always has people on him. So I like that he's firing back and talking trash to people and letting people know where he stands because, I mean, he definitely puts up, you know, his game speaks for itself. So I like that he's kind of opening up a little bit and really just, like he said, being himself.
Well, if he is watching, he'll have something for Amin. Amin, is this the real KD?
Yeah, I mean, it's like Matt said, it's clear that he's more comfortable with what he is. But I wish he didn't say phony KD because he did a lot of good things when he was in Oklahoma. He donated $1 million to Tornado. Like, don't paint that as phony. You know, don't paint that as trying to please people. You did the right thing. It's just now maybe his personality is more showing.
Okay, maybe he's not referring to that, but he's referring to just the nice guy in general.
And I know it's because we saw reading a text back, and so it's not a lot of context there. But as far as you said firing back, I don't have a problem with firing back. I have a problem he explains himself too much, man. How's he explaining himself to people that don't need explanations?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've, like I said, obviously not on his level by any means, but, you know, sometimes you have to put people in their place because people feel like, you know, that we're on this platform. You could say anything to us, but we're human.
Post them back.
You know, we're men. Yeah, I'm great. I wouldn't need no burner account. I'm going to come right to my cell phone and send you my address and give you exactly what it is.
All right, Paul, your thoughts on KD?
I'd like someone who calls themselves a phony. I mean, to me, that's about as authentic as it gets, whether you agree or disagree.
Yeah.
I give him credit. I think I don't swim in the waters that you guys do, and you, Carrie, but from a distance, I really like him. I'm watching most of him on television. I think he comes off very real.
Sure. Do you have a problem, Matt, with him, and Amin alluded to this, responding to
Why you throw me under the bus every time you say something?
Because you do. You talk about him bad. I too have been down that road.
Okay,
but do you have a
go.
problem? Yeah. Do you have a problem with